This is how to make the star fire lay, and this is less of a fire lay and more of a campfire design in my opinion. But what you see here around me are large lengths of wood, various sizes, various widths, laid down in a radial pattern. This is the main concept behind the star fire lay. Now you can use as many of these as you want. I go with more. Some people use 4 or 5 of these spokes. The concept is that as you need fire, as you need more and more heat, you can simply feed the logs in. If you want to take some of that fire away, some of the heat away and control the burn, you can always pull them out. Now the biggest strength for this fire lay is that you don't always have to go and mechanically cut up your wood. A lot of situations, survival, even weekend camping, you might not have an axe, you might not have a saw, you might not want to spend the effort to break up all of your wood. And in this manner, you can use larger pieces and slowly feed them into the fire as they're consumed. So it works out pretty well. The only concern we have with this fire lay is that due to its size and the ungainly sizes of the wood you'll be using, it's not very easy to make a fire ring. So you don't want to be able to make this in a protected area or some area that doesn't have a lot of wind where your ashes can go off into weeds or anything flammable and start up a forest fire. Always a concern. So to get this thing started, all I'm going to do is go ahead and make a rat's nest here in the middle. And so I can build my fire down here and I can push the logs over accordingly. Now in this place at this time, I'm going to go ahead and use a fire bundle. And this is just a bunch of grass and weeds and things that I know are extremely flammable. I'm going to set them down there. So lots and lots of surface area. You can also notice that a lot of times I'll go ahead and dig a bit of a pit. We want to make sure that we get good airflow all the way around. You don't want to push all your spokes in there where you're cutting down on that. You want to be able to get all the air in. Lots of air, hot burn. A hot burn means that you're going to get your fire started a lot faster and make sure that you actually get that fire started. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the kindling over. And again, I'm just going to kind of bundle it. And the idea is that you want to have a loose bundle, but you want to have a tall bundle. So all this tinder down here is going to flame up. Lots of heat, lots of oxygen. It is going to have all the flames and all the heat coming up through. And the idea is before this down here has been extinguished, it's all burned up and all the fuel's gone, you will have ignited this top portion. As it does ignite, you want to go ahead and keep on building up. Fire lays are not one of those things where you just kind of light it up and cross your fingers and hope. Play an active role getting this thing started. With all fire lays, they ought to be a one-match fire, and what that means is that one match ought to be one fire. So you get 20 matches, hypothetically, you should have 20 fires right there. So I'm going to go ahead and light this up. You can always pull back a little bit and get access to your good fuel underneath, and that's the idea. I'm going to go ahead and light this up, making sure to block from any wind, because that one match, in different situations, can be life and death. So I'm going to get it up under there, a little bit of smoke getting generated, and it should flame up quite quickly. And as it does that, I can go ahead and move my log back into place, and I can continue to add fuel, small fuel, to this fire. Now, getting this started can be any kind of fire lay you choose. And check out some of the other videos. So you could have put a teepee down in there, you could have put a log cabin. As long as you're getting that fire started so that you can get these logs going. That's the concept. Alrighty. Excellent fire. Now, as a side note, a lot of my groups that I take out, especially my Boy Scouts, if I'm in a remote camp, I always have the issue of the Boy Scouts, they take it upon themselves, they start gathering firewood, and that's awesome. But I'll always have your bow saws and your hatchets and axes lying around. and I have a lot of people come and start cutting up wood and cutting up logs, small ones like this, and using up those. If you're ever camping with me, the rule is that bow saws and your axes and hatchets, those are for cutting greenwood, those are for building implements, those are for fixing things. Your firewood's going to be burnt. So whenever I'm making a campfire, whenever I'm camping out there, and we're talking about miles and miles and miles away from any kind of road, the blades on my bow saws are just for building things. I will take that saw away from you if you're cutting up firewood, just to make sure it's the nice 12 and 13 inch lengths. It's all going to be burnt. As long as we have designs like this, no problems. Pretty cool. As it starts to burn down, you want to go ahead and move a bit of your star in. The longer the lengths of wood you have, the easier it is for you to go around and actually push it in with your shoe. So you could just knock it around with the boot and make it right. And in this way you can control the fire. Pretty nice. Guys, that's your star fire lay in a nutshell. Make sure that you always put out your campfires completely before you leave them. Never leave them unattended. Like and subscribe.